What happens when two I can't even say it. HDers try to create a podcast?
Becky and Nash.
I'm getting an allergy flare up because I've just been sat with Becky's cats. So I look like I've got red eyes. But
Chaos with chaos.
we've said this week that we're gonna let the chaos come out a bit because clearly, sat here trying to talk about ADHD and not being ADHD is just. We've got to do it, haven't we? We've got to do it. We've got to bring a bit of the chaos. So, yeah.
I think I zoned out a bit then.
Becky and Nash.
Jump into it. So we're going to talk. We're going to follow on from last week. I hope I don't do my whole eye thing. Right, leave the eye alone. So we're going to jump into this week talking about task initiation as part of executive functioning, and task initiation.
Sympathy itching.
You will be. We are that friendly.
My hubby does question.
Not
our
that friendly.
relationship, but not that friendly.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm going to have to cut loads of this. So task initiation is the act of prioritising and doing the do. You know,
No, it's not.
Go on, what?
Task initiation, starting the job.
Starting the job.
Yeah.
That's what doing the do.
No, but prioritising, that's a whole different
Oh,
one
right,
of
okay.
executive
All right,
functioning.
okay, we're going to start again then.
So basically, task initiation is what we're having currently an issue doing,
Yeah,
which
starting.
is initiating a podcast about starting something. And I'm going to take a guess that the reason that we're struggling to initiate tonight is because I don't know what time it is. What time is it?
It's late.
It's
like
half nine. We've just had a business meeting to decide the boring stuff like
and
contracts and finances.
Yeah.
Which,
So the motivation to do this is clear. Is there? Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But in regards to starting it, we could do everything else. We were faffing around. We've just spent the past 10 minutes
rearranging my living room.
Rearranging the living room to then come out to the car to sit in the car because we were like, there's too much in the background.
It's like a therapist's room.
It looked like I was in therapy.
Is this the right plan?
So we've avoided starting the task. So where should we start? Like, what can we say?
I feel like we've started. I feel like we're really highlighting that starting tasks as an ADHD is tricky.
Unless it's something
that like you really want to play your game, or you really want to go shopping, or you really want to eat that chocolate cake.
Yeah.
You really like something that
easy
just grabs you and wants you to absorb it, then you can start it.
Yeah.
But if you're tired or it's boring or
there's no
someone else has told you to do it.
Oh yes.
Oh my God, someone's asked you to do
and
it.
It's mundane.
And it's boring.
Yeah.
Or it was something that you wanted to do, but then someone asked you to do it. And it's like, I don't want to do it now.
Yeah, so then you lose it. And it's kind of having this understanding of what that can look like in a dysfunction, isn't it? So like in regards to, remember this moves, you know? So there's things that absolutely starting a task, like say if there's that focus, if there's that need, if there's that end, even if it's something that I've been given a deadline for.
Yeah, that can kind of give you that push,
but also can work opposite as well. So again, this is where
that's when it's shame based and fear based, isn't it?
Yeah,
like you will get it done.
Yeah, as opposed to I want to get it done because there's going to be that satisfaction, that achievement, and stuff like that. I mean, let's think about what that could look like for kids, in the sense of like what that might look like for them. You know, so when we expect kids to do certain things, I'm thinking of like being a parent when I've had those expectations of my kids.
When you ask them to do the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Like the dishwasher
and we're like,
in my house is actual bane of my life.
Yeah.
Because like how long does it actually take to fill a dishwasher?
Yeah.
No, like I'm asking you.
Minutes.
Like, how?
Sorry.
It's going to be fun. How long does it actually take to fill a dishwasher?
Like 10 minutes.
Does it like...
Maybe more? Or less? Maybe
like,
less,
yeah, probably less. Like,
Yeah.
if it's just a case of, like, putting a few plates...
Everything that's there.
Just putting it straight in,
Yeah.
it's like...
Yeah. Probably
like
less
5
than 10 minutes, definitely.
Less than
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
But in our house, it takes a good half an hour because we've got to moan about it and shout about it and whose turn it is and argue about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like all that goes with it before we can just start it.
Yeah. It's the same as like having this understanding, like, for me, I definitely see it in like some of that expectation of like,
you got mint.
Yeah. In regards to like, I mean, I'm sure my daughter won't mind. I'm going to use this example, but it's like clean your room.
Yeah.
Clean your room, unless I've been really specific, deadlined, motivation there as well. So if you clean your room, there'll be this.
A fiver, a tenner.
Yeah, all of that stuff. That potentially for her is like a brick wall, to start. Like, and I think that, like you say, there's definitely been parts of me as a parent that I'd be like, why can't you? But now that I get that, I just think it's the same for me around putting washing away. Oh God. Putting frigging washing away. I can wash it.
He just lives in baskets.
Yeah, but in regards to actually getting that start position to put it away, unless people are coming round, and I know they're going to see that pile of washing,
and wonder why your clothes are all over the floor, or the chair.
So we're starting to kind of see, like, this is a real deliberating. Is that the right word? No, not liberating. Dehibiting. No, go on. You can tell it's 9:30. Anyway, real hard thing to do.
It's a hard thing to do. It's that brain fog.
It's a real, working memory is. It's a really hard thing to do, to get things going. But also, there's so much kind of shame around that way of being. Yeah. Because. And I think to be honest, task initiation is probably the one that people least understand, because it's like, what's the barrier?
Yeah, it'll take you 2 minutes. Just do it.
What's the problem? Especially with, there's like simple tasks, because you look like you're being lazy, avoidant, difficult, not a team player.
Yep.
You're not doing your bit. You're not doing your bit. So there's so much that can come with it that really kind of makes you feel really crappy about that. But if there's something that I don't want to start, I can genuinely say that I'd do everything else but.
Yeah.
I would prioritise everything else but that thing to avoid doing it.
Have you ever left something and left something and left something and left something, and then you realise it's become this massive... I'm just trying to think of an example and I can't think of one off the top of my head, but it becomes this massive thing that
it's like doing phone calls, isn't it? So if someone's it's like ring the doctor. Yeah. You've got to ring the doctor. I think things...
But that's a bad example because it does take 3 hours to get through to a doctor.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that task that you've put off for weeks or months, and then when you do it, it literally takes 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I know, I've got one. Me trying to get my diagnosis.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That is the best start. So, I spend time with Becky and the kind of journey of me going...
So I was diagnosed first.
Yeah. So Becky was
I was diagnosed nearly 4 years ago.
Yeah. And I started spending time with you, and there was
I was like, oh my God, I've got a friend.
Yeah. There was kind of and I was kind of like, nah, it's just how I am. No, that's just, I'm hopeless at that, or I haven't got the skills for that, or, that's just how a lot of people in my family are. That's just, isn't everybody like that? So there was a lot of that going on. And then I kind of got to a point where I couldn't deny it any longer. Mm-hmm. And did an access to work.
I can't actually remember how the conversation came about.
I think it went a little bit like maybe I am, and you kind of went, Oh, you definitely are. It was very much because I was like, I think we just started seeing really commonalities in each other. Yeah. Or I definitely saw them in you. And then I was like, is that what that is? You know, like, and then we'd talk about things like...
Well, I talk about this a lot. I was talking about it a lot in work, wasn't I?
100% a lot in work, yeah.
And raising a lot of awareness about
and I was like,
ADHD and neurodivergence generally with the people around me in work.
I was the one just being like, in
that normal?
In everyone like that, but also a bit like, that's just because I'm useless. There was a lot of shame. There was a lot of like, I've never been good. I've never had those skills. Those skills are just not in my remit. I'll never develop. I've tried the notepads. I've tried the Post-its. What are you talking about? It don't work. You know, so it was that stuff. Anyway, I remember going to the GP, doing my access to work, and
it wasn't your access to work. It was your request
for what do they call
it? Referral.
Right to choose. So I did my right for choose. Working memory today. You can see the confusion of every words. So I did the right to choose. That was so simple in the sense of the response that I got from the GP. She was like, yeah, like, you know, that could be, you know, absolutely related to a lot of the difficulties. I'd had a lot of things around high functioning anxiety, so I can cope with my anxiety. It's like, it's okay. So there was like things like that.
I'm going to rephrase that. Other people think that you cope with your anxiety.
That was the thing as well, isn't it? So there was a lot of masking in that. There was a lot of burnouts in that. You know, there was a lot of not very good boundaries. Again, just lack of awareness and a lot of things that, you know, things would be good and then they'd fluctuate, and it was just, I was so very used to that is how I'd live my life. So I do the right to choose, and that process kind of goes to the point where I'm expected to do a form, and that form is for me the biggest task I could ever think of in my life. Like, I was putting that off, and when I say
how many reminders did you get?
A lot. Not just from you, but actually from...
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, we've lost the light.
Oh, what does that mean?
Let's just pause.
I mean, that's quite good. Oh, that's why we had the light.
We lost lighting.
Yeah, we were going to like flatten your battery. So where was I?
So you were saying that you'd had loads of reminders.
So I'd had some emails. So again, that was adding to the task
demand.
Avoidance. I was like, no. You know, lots and lots of reasons why in my head I didn't have time to do it, because it was going to be this laborious task of looking at why I thought I was ADHD.
I'm feeling, it wasn't just that, it was filling a form out.
Oh yeah,
like having to put pen to paper to write stuff down.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
fill a form out.
So when I say I put that off, and I had reminders, and we tried to do body doubling in that. I'd set some time with Becky to do it.
Like
we arranged
6 times, and every time something came up.
Well, it was either something come up or I got distracted on something else, which is so like, you know, us in general. So again, it didn't feel like a priority. And I mean, I put that off for over a year. Was it more?
It was longer.
I feel like it was 18 months. 18 months.
And I was like, surely you should have had your assessment by now, because the waiting list isn't that long.
Something in me, I potentially feel like I got an email to say, like, if you don't do this, you know, we're going to close it. We're not going to keep it open. We're not, or actually...
No, it was me. I think you
messaged
like,
me.
You need to, like, sort it out and
I rang
it, because it's been too long.
I rang when I was with you, wasn't I? Yeah. And they then said...
just waiting.
Well, they said we're just waiting for a form,
so then we can do your assessment.
Basically, then I asked them, if I do this form, how long will it take for me to get the assessment? And they said a matter of weeks.
It was 2 weeks, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was literally a matter of weeks. And so then I fathomed the need to do it. And
what's interesting though is Ash also needed someone else to fill a form in.
Yeah.
So she sent the forms to me.
Yeah.
And
yes,
because the form wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And someone else was relying on me to do the forms.
I dictated it. I did it
for you straight away.
Yeah. So you asked me the questions,
which could be another thing that can help people with tasks, if it's for someone else.
Yeah.
And they're relying on you
I would
for
massively fill a form in for someone else and be like, yeah, that's fine. But in regards to myself, I think, I don't really want to do that form. Unless it was something that I wanted to get. Yeah. And usually that would be, all right, I mean, I'd fill an online questionnaire to win a competition if it was something I wanted.
Just for the record.
You wouldn't.
Ash filled out application forms for medical trials.
Oh God!
And went through medical trials
at the same time.
Something completely random.
I did. That's another story. I'll tell you about the medical trial.
But she did all of
Lack
that
of cause
in
and effect thinking.
Whilst she could have filled out other forms and actually got her.
I was actually dealing with more forms probably than ever,
and more appointments. She literally did one form.
Oh my God!
She could have had her assessment.
But it's fine. I don't feel ashamed of this now because I have a full understanding of what that was. So yeah, in regards to actually then dictating and talking about why I thought it was ADHD, Becky scribed that for me, sent it off, and then I got a appointment within 2 weeks and got my assessment, which, was
a combined ADHD diagnosis, wasn't it?
Like 45 minutes in after reading what I'd sent in, I also got Becky to kind of tell her side of what it was like to work with me. There was a lot of things where I was like, you can see that?
Yeah.
You know that?
It's really interesting because those bits that I wrote about Ash with kind of the way like she can try and hide things but doesn't hide them very well. So like you've got some strategies, haven't you, that you put your hand up and things like that. But I can tell by looking at Ash when like by her face and by her body language when actually she's feeling a bit nervous or a bit anxious or not quite sure what she's doing. And
even in regards to things like a task initiation, a lot of the things we do, like in work, in life, we do a lot of body doubling. So again, like that's been a massive strategy in regards to task initiation, to do something with. I've been on phone calls with like Becky and put my washing away, and it's kind of like we're not calling each other to do that, but because it's like body doubling, it's like you are more able to manage some of those boring, mundane, those tasks you are unmotivated to do because your mind's kind of focused on something else, but you're busy. Like I've literally like, I mean, I've been on phone to you and I've been like, okay, I've cleaned my whole house. Yep. Like by the time, I mean, our phone calls are long.
And it's probably why my husband thought that at one point I was having an affair.
Yeah, definitely, because it was like we were on the phone. But actually, we've done work in that space. We've done some of the things that we've probably put off starting in that space. And I think again, when it comes to,
because it's not just the starting of tasks, is it? It's also the finishing of tasks.
Finishing it and going through with it.
And I think that's another part of it.
Yeah, we get bored at the end.
Like when we've done the fun bit, like the bit that you've got your teeth stuck into and you feel like you've really achieved it.
It's like, I don't want to finish it.
So I'll just give you like an example where I've like been able to really start a task and really get focused on it. And that is like, so not so much now because I struggle quite a lot physically, but decorating used to be something I really loved to do. Yeah. And it was literally like a night time. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I decided I was going to not just paint the downstairs like toilet. I was going to revamp the downstairs toilet. So I went into a full-on hyper focus where for 48 hours I didn't eat and I didn't sleep.
Oh my God.
I spent a good 8-10 hours on Pinterest, just scrolling, pinning, looking, finding, until I knew what I wanted. Yeah. And then as soon as the shops were open, I was in B&Q and I was buying paint. I was getting all of the things I needed. I was getting sticky. I'd never laid tiles. I mean, there were only sticky tiles, but I was getting tiles to put down.
You've had a vision.
I had a vision.
And you're like, I need everything to get
it. Needed like a trim. And my dad's a joiner, so I kind of got a little bit of an idea of like using wood and cutting wood and stuff. But I bought wood and all sorts. And I just kept going and like I painted and did tiles and like did this whole downstairs. Apart from there was just one corner where in order to do like like to finish it, it meant an extra bit of cutting, but you couldn't really see it unless you looked for it.
Yeah.
And so I didn't.
Yeah.
And then it got decorated like 3 years later and never finished.
Never finished.
And it was the same with my bedroom.
Yeah.
I told you about the curving, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I ran out of decorator's caulk for like 1.5 pieces of curving. My bedroom literally was like Instagram beautiful ready, as long as you didn't point it up at like the 1.5 pieces of curving. This stayed like that until I redecorated it a year ago.
Yeah.
So
it's also finishing.
Starting the task, there's that excitement.
Yeah. But also
and then
becoming.
You can full on obsess and get lost. And you know, when I say I didn't sleep and eat, I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
Like I've had 5 kidney stones because I don't go for a wee like frequently enough.
That's another story.
Yeah. So when I obsess and hyperfocus, I hyperfocus.
Yeah.
But then I don't finish it.
Yeah.
Because
well,
it looks okay, just don't look up.
We're just a set of alphas.
Just
half a job.
Just don't look in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you are sat here thinking, why can't I get done?
Yeah.
Why can't I just do it? Or you're asking yourself, and you're looking around as you watch this, why have I not finished something that I was really passionate about, something that I wanted to do, I was interested in it?
I started cleaning the house.
Why can't I finish it?
Why is it a mess?
Yeah.
You know, why?
That's why. And as much as, you know, again, everybody has executive functioning. It is a part of our panel. Control panel.
Helps us
I like that analogy.
What we do.
It helps
get
us.
It done.
Yeah. In regards to being neurodivergent. And again, everyone can be affected by some of this. Yeah. Everyone, you know, there'll be things where people are going,
well, we all do that.
We all do that. And maybe you might be. Remember, you might be. There's a lot of people who are not diagnosed, that haven't gone on that journey, that are still putting those. You might be.
Some research that over 80% of ADHDers in the UK are actually not diagnosed.
There we go. So we could be preaching to a crowd where you're going, isn't everybody like that? Absolutely. There'll be things that you also could be confirmed that you're neurotypical in this, okay? But and you can still find things that you connect with in this. But in regards to being neurodivergent, these are things that really, really do affect your life on a daily basis. Tell us as well if this is something that really resonates with you, that you've kind of sat and thought.
Tell us your hyperfocus stories.
Yeah, or that you're struggling to start something, and actually the concept of body doubling is, you know, like I say, it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be sit with me to do this. It can just be the act of having somebody around, like some people, you know, video calls while they're cleaning up. My friend, she used to watch TikTok lives because it felt like someone was there, but she would do like some of her house stuff that she didn't want to do.
I was just going to suggest, if it would be helpful, you could play our next podcast next time you've got a task that needs to start. Yeah. And you'd be hopefully listening to something new. Well, you will be listening to something new, but learning something new, maybe some new strategies whilst you're doing the task that you need to do.
You might be more likely to
and
do
we'll be there with you.
Yeah.
Cheering you on. We can add a few cheers. Right.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
See you next week.
See you next week with more chaos, but always.
We might be in the car. I quite like sitting in the car though.
I do.
Yeah, I think it's better. I think this is our vibe.
I don't think anyone knows we're actually in the car because, like, it's.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not a light. There you go.
Yeah.
Now you can see.
But I think that's all right.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Chaos and care. Peace.
Becky and Nash, chaos with Becky and